to head off any questions, those of you in the back, I am standing up. A great turnout. Very happy to see that, even with the weather being as crazy as it is down here. A lot of familiar faces. Really comfortable to see the faces in the crowd here that I haven't had the pleasure of seeing in quite some time. For the faces that I am not familiar with, like Ken said, my name is Denis Oliverio. My friends know me as Ollie. I'm a recently retired Marine officer. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a veteran. And I'm a local voter. I'm very proud to get up here tonight on a very special night and speak to you as a veteran. I know I'm not the only veteran in the room. I know there are plenty other, but with a show of hands, how many veterans we have in the crowd tonight? Wow, look at that. Absolutely. I look forward to seeing many of you in the path forward as we organize our Veterans for Waugh. And in doing that, maybe we'll come up with a neat little catch name, a little phrase, I don't know, one that's not being used, Veterans for Waugh, maybe VFW. All right, we won't go there. Honestly, I look forward to seeing you in the future, I really do. And like I said, it is a privilege for me to be here tonight. And it's a special night. Let me tell you why this night is so special for me. In order to do that, I'll share with you a short story. No pun on the short thing. In 2005, I was serving as a tank platoon commander for 1st Tank Battalion. We were deployed to Iraq in Operation Iraqi Freedom. In October of 2005, we were engaged in an operation called Operation Iron Fist. On October 14th, we were engaged with 2 enemy insurgent strongholds in the center of the city. In that gunfight, I was forced to leave the safety and security of my tank in order to give some hand-and-arm signals to some local, some friendly forces. It was at that point, during those hand-and-arm signals, that my life changed forever in an instant. I was struck by enemy gunfire. I was hit in the upper left arm. It shattered my humerus into 5 pieces. It severed my brachial artery. It severed my median nerve. It nearly took my arm off. So there's a lot of people saying, what does that have to do with tonight? And allow me to make that connection for you. I had a great crew who saved my life on the spot and were able to medevac me to safety. For them, I'm eternally grateful. 4 days later, I found myself in the safety and security of Bethesda National Naval Medical Center, some of the best medical treatment facility in the world. I went through, over the next year and a half, 14 surgeries. I have 3 titanium plates, 23 screws. I've had 2 vein grafts. I've had 2 nerve grafts. I've had a bone graft. They've taken veins from my leg. They've taken nerves from my leg in order to repair my arm. All in all, in the end, a success story, because there are some people that I work with today that still don't know what happened, and there may be some in the room that are going, you never told me that. But with all of that, even with the post-op physical therapy, more than I care to remember, and some with local physical therapists, like a guy by the name of Dr. Frank D.G.O. Van Antonio. Took me 6 months of therapy just to say his name. Dr. Frank, I called him, is an amazing man. He did great things for me and allowed me to get to a point where I am today. But it was no short road. It was a tall price to pay. It was a long, hard, painful road. But you know, in all of that, the toughest thing still for me was the fact that I was in Bethesda or down here getting physical therapy, and my Marines were still in Iraq in harm's way, and I couldn't do a thing to take care of them. I couldn't take care of them. That killed me. That was harder than anything I went through, all the surgeries, all the drugs, all the therapy. That was far more painful for me. And I thought to myself and quickly realized that that's instinct. That makes perfect sense because I was a Marine officer. And that's what we are trained to do. We take care of our own. That's everything we live for. It's what we're trained from day one. As a military individual, as a Marine, as an officer, all those things They instill this from the first day of training. They instill traits like integrity, doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason. And I, as a Marine officer, took great pride in that, as I do today. We're taught things like, if it's not right, stand up and fix it. And if you can't stand up and fix it, get behind someone that will. Get behind a leader that will lead you in fixing that problem. Tonight, that's exactly what I do. I stand up tonight and get behind a leader that's going to help us fix some problems. Because I know Steve Waugh. And I know he's a man that shares the same traits as I do. He's a man of integrity. He's a man that knows about taking care of his own. Steve may be retired, but once a Marine, always a Marine. We know that. We also know that you can take a man out of the Marine Corps, but you can never take the Marine Corps out of the man. Steve has those qualities. He has the integrity. I know that we are not Steve's Marines, but we are Steve's followers. And he will take that integrity and those traits and treat us just as if we were his Marines and watch out for us. I know he's going to carry our issues. He's going to carry our flag to Annapolis. Not for him, but for the selfless reasons of those that follow him, depend on him. So tonight, I stand behind Steve, who's with me.